It's the month of September already, and there are so many planners in the market for you to purchase from, and you are confused, and if possible you want to buy all of them but you don't want to waste. In today's video, I am going to teach you how you can dissect your current planning system and brainstorm on the things that you would need for next year planner. So without further ado, let's get on. Okay, so I have got a blank paper. You should get one as well. If possible, get it as a big size. Like this one is an A3 size, which is a drawing paper, because I want to be able to write as much as I could. There are a few things that you need to consider when you want to decide on what planner that you want to use for the year 2025 or for any other year. So the first thing that you need to identify is what is your current planning system that you would like to bring forward to your next year. So in my case, it will be, of course, my planning system. Sorry, I would call it functional planning, okay? Because it's basically just planning alone. And then I also do morning pages, although I don't do this every day, but I do this whenever I have the mood. Like I need something to just write down whatever that's bothering me, I will use the morning pages. And another thing is journaling. So the journaling and morning pages is a complete different thing for me, because journaling is more on everything in my life. Like it's possibly that involves my family or involves my work. It's more like an expressive feeling compared to morning pages. It's basically whatever that comes into mind. I just write them without even thinking. But journaling is more of a reminiscence about what happened during that week. Maybe things like what happy things happened, what sad things that happened. So those kind of things I put in journaling. Another thing that I would like to maintain is my travel book. But this is something new that I wanted to try. I did have it when in 4 or 5 years ago, I think. Just a few days ago, there was a Traveler's Notebook Caravan museum. So when I took a look at how they were using the Traveler's Notebook, it inspired me to continue documenting my travel. So I want to continue this back on the previous journal that I had. That is one thing that I want to do for 2025. I think, yeah, basically, this is it. 4 things that I want to maintain. The most important thing for me is, of course, the functional planning. So you need to decide which one is the most important thing for you. Now that I know what I want to bring for next year, I need to decide which one I need to buy a new planner. I need it for my functional planning. For morning pages, I still have my previous book. I still have some balance pages in there, so I'm not going to create a new one since I'm not going to do it every day. Journaling, yes, I have to get. Journaling, I'm still deciding whether I need to take a Traveler's Notebook, Leuchtturm, or Sterling ink. So that is something that I need to think about, okay? And the travel book, I am going to stick with the Traveler's Notebook. So now that I have decided, I know that I need one planner for this and one planner for this. Okay, most important planning for me is the functional planning, because it is going to be based on how I'm going to run my life. So this will be a bit more difficult because I need to think about a lot of things. So that will bring us to the second step, which is reflecting and reminisce. So what do I mean by reflecting is you need to think about your current planning system, which is this year 2024. What has been working and what has not been working. It's probably that something that you were doing in the planning for 2023, you missed that and you want to bring it back for 2025, or you have started up some planning for this year, but then it is no longer working for you and you feel seems to be a bit detached, you are unable to plan and all that. So those kind of things you need to bring in on this paper and write it down so that you can make a very informed decision. So right now, the first thing that I want to do is to see what planner that I'm using. Mine is, so I'm going to use Sharpie for that. So current system is the Sterling ink, which is the B6 size, okay? And I am also using the pocket planner, okay? So my main planner is this, and this is my secondary. Why I'm saying this is main and this is secondary is because the Sterling ink B6 is big for me. So whenever I travel, go and pick up my daughter, or I'm running errands, or even to travel, I always bring my pocket planner and never the sterling ink because the B6 size is definitely big. I would rather have something in compact so that I can just put in my handbag and bring it wherever I want. So I really like sterling ink. And the things that have been working for me is I like the calendar system, of course, because I use that to write down all my appointments, my daughter's schedule, my husband's traveling, and so on. So the calendar definitely works, okay? And then I have a daily planning as well. Since the Sterling Ink B6 has a lot of empty grid pages, I like the fact that the daily planning, I am free to do whatever layout I want depending on my mood at the time. So this is something that I really like of Sterling Ink B6. And let me think, what else that I want? Okay, I also like the vertical layout because the vertical layout is something that I do for my pre-week planning. Is I plan before I go to the following week. Oh, sorry. The better definition is I plan it today what I am going to do next week, which is really good for me because I don't have to waste my time thinking on what am I supposed to do for this week because I have already planned it last week itself. So this is something that I want to make sure that I am following for the following year as well. Yeah, for Sterling Ink B6, these are the things that I like for now. Okay, now let's take a look at Pocket Planner, what works. Pocket Planner, I like the Pocket Planner because it is compact. Okay, which means it's mobile. I can easily carry it anywhere I want. Okay. And the Pocket Planner also is cheap because I just use the field notes. Okay. And what else? Another thing is I can write whatever I want because there is no system to it. I can just write and then leave it there, whatever ideas that comes into mind, brain dump that I want to do. It could be some phone numbers that I wanted. I just flip into a new page and I just write them down and I can just look into it whenever I want. Other than that, Pocket Planner is also my wallet system, okay, where I carry my money in it. Whatever money that I have budgeted for that month, I will be carrying it in the wallet system, and I also use it for tracking my expenditure. So all this, it works really well, okay? So let me write the topic here. This is reflect. Now that we have talked about what we like, now let's take a look of the things that I am not very happy about of my current planning system. So I've gotten the blue ink pen for that. It's good for you to have different color pens so that it will help you to differentiate. Okay, for Sterling Ink, what I don't like is that it is big. Means it is not easy enough for me to carry it in my bag. Can't carry around. Okay, so that is the biggest drawback that I really am frustrated with. And next would be my goal planning, because I like that it has a summary of my goal plan, but I want to be able to have a planner that I can also access my detailed goal system. I feel like I am missing that. I have to grab another planner of mine, which means I have a third planner in my system. So I don't want to open up too many planners because one, it is cumbersome, and sometimes because you don't have enough time, I tend to feel like I wish I have everything in one, which is impossible, obviously. Then your planner would probably be like this thick, and that would be crazy. Anyway, so goal planning, yeah, so I've written that. Okay, third one would be project. So project planning is a bit difficult for me to actually do it in my Sterling Ink because Sterling Ink has a lot of grid page. That would mean that I would need to create like an insert or something to keep track of my project. I could draw it, just put it in a bullet journal style, but I just don't like the bullet journal style because for me, I feel like there's no structure to it. It's too free. And I want to be able to see in a table format That is just me. I'm not sure whether you are someone like that as well. I prefer structure, okay? So I want to be able to have a project planning, and which is missing in the Sterling Ink P6. So right now, I can only think that, see, when you are doing all this, from time to time, when you are thinking more and more about your current system, you will know that you have been missing out things that you don't like, that you do like in your current planning system, which, come to think of it, I forgot that I like my monthly review and the weekly review that I do on my Sterling Ink. Okay, so I just add that up. Okay, so these are the 3 dislikes that I have for Sterling Ink. I ran out of ideas, so now I'm going to move to my Pocket Planner. One of the things that I don't like about Pocket Planner is it doesn't have a system, right? What earlier I said is I like that it doesn't have a system, but at the same time, because it doesn't have a system, sometimes I feel like it is very cumbersome for me to just flip through each and every one of those pages to look, where did I put those ideas? Where did I write down my grocery list? Where did I write down that particular idea for my YouTube, for my Instagram? So although I do have index for that, but that means it adds more time for me to really track down those things and create the index. So I don't want that to happen. What I want is more like I am able to take that page off and then put it together in one page. Like, for example, if I come up with some YouTube ideas and then a few days later, I have more ideas on that same topic, all I need to do is write them down and then I move that page to the front. So when I think about this, I realize that I want a ring planner for this. Okay, so no system. I'm sorry about this writing because this is the only pen that I could get. Living with toddlers, not toddler, living with kid means all your stationery will be like taken away and you won't be able to use it when you want it. Anyway, moving on. Next, the Pocket Planner, because the size of it, it's compact, right? I won't be able to carry whatever I have in here into my Pocket Planner. So what I do is when I want to go out, but I want to be able to view it, but I don't want to bring this, I will just flip to that particular page and I take a photo of it and then I bring it, which I am not very happy about because that would require me to, take my phone out and then look through what are the lists that I have put in my planning on that day. And oftentimes I will get distracted with the WhatsApp messages, with all those notifications that comes in, and I would totally forget what I was supposed to do. So I don't like to do that at all. I wish I would be able to carry this as my planner, and I want to get rid of this. So that means even the compact is like a bit on the downside for me, but I just want to be able to carry pretty much all the planning that I've done. So can't carry all my plan details. So I think that's it based on my current system. And when I think about the things that I have been missing this time that I want to be able to put into my planning, I have a separate list for that, which I have actually thought about and write about those things from time to time. You need to put in those lists as well when you want to consider your plan. So I'm going to put it as a separate thing. I want to be able to track a few things, which is my trigger list, okay, and my annual to-dos, so that I don't have to fumble whenever new year comes in. So I want to have the annual to-dos that is permanent and I just have to update and I just move on from year to year. So that I want to be able to put it into my planner. And then meal plan. So I have been doing my meal plan, but it is never that is permanent in my planning system. Is just like I just plan it for the day on my daily page. And when I want to look back, I have to flip through a few. So I want to go back to my meal plan where I've already set those meals for every day. So another thing is social media content planner. So what I have been doing currently is I have been using Notion for this. Unfortunately, doing the social media content planner on the Notion is a bit distracting for me. Right now, I'm much more comfortable doing only my YouTube planning where I write down my scripts, put in all the documents in that Notion. But in terms of planning schedule, like what video goes where, when, and which Instagram reel goes on what date. Those kind of information, I feel like I want to be able to take a look at it as a calendar instead of looking at it in my Notion, because whenever I want to have a brain dump session for my content, I want to be able to look at a paper and see what I have posted, and those things will create more ideas for me. I hope you understand what I mean, because when I use Notion, I feel so distracted. But when I look at it in my planner, I don't feel that at all. So this is a reflection of what works and what doesn't work. What is your current system? What do you want to bring in? What is the new stuff that you wanted to bring in? And so on. Based on this, while you are doing this session, you would somehow know or moving towards something that you have done before, or inclined to some system that you have seen others doing it. Like for me, while I was doing this, I know already what I wanted. I still wanted two planner for my functional planning system. If previously it was Sterling Ink B6 and Pocket Planner, and for my new system, I would prefer a minimal size planner, okay, a small ring planner, and a main ring planner as well. So I still need to have a functional planning system for me. So in my small ring planner, I would have a calendar, because I want to be able to see my entire appointments, whatever that's going on in my life. I want to be able to have that as an appointment in my calendar. And then I must have my daily planning, okay, because I want to be able to see whatever I'm supposed to do wherever I am, okay? And then I want to be able to download my ideas, brain dump, or mental download, and any projects that I have. Sometimes after I walk in the park, I have my breakfast alone, and I don't like to just sit there and browsing through my phone. What I do is I bring along my planner and I just look at my projects or my ideas and see what other things that comes up from my mind. So having a project at that time probably will give me more ideas or insight on how I can complete it. I also want to track my expenditure, track expense, and it will also be my wallet system. So initially in my pocket planner, there's no system, but here I am going to have a proper system, because my calendar is here, my daily planning is here, my tracking expenses here, ideas, brainstorm. I can do these two wherever I want. So this looks pretty good for me, okay? Now moving on to my main ring planner, because small ring planner is something that I want it to be small, I know for a fact that I would need a main ring planner that I want to take a look at from occasionally, or when I'm doing my pre-week planning or monthly planning, annual planning, and so on. Okay, so for this main ring planner, I definitely need it big in size. Okay, in here I will have a catch-all calendar where everything is there as well. Okay, this calendar needs to be small because this is a small ring planner, but this one I will have everything, probably my YouTube, my social media, school holidays, vacation, my family members' activities, everything will go in here. And then my goal planning also, I want to put it in here, because goal planning is so big that you definitely need a main ring planner for that. And from there, I will probably have my monthly review, my weekly review, all this will go here. Another thing that I like is the pre-week planning. So the pre-week planning also will go here. I won't need it in my small ring planner because this planner I will be bringing everywhere. So I won't need the entire week because I would have already done that on my daily planning. And my main project list could be here. Of course, this is also a project, but this one may be a more thorough, in detail project list that I want to have. It depends. Probably this one is more of an active project, and this one is like a whole project list. So yeah, that's what I'm looking at for now. And then what else? So here also I will be having all my reference like trigger list, which is I have here. And then based on this, I will also have my annual to-dos. my meal plan. So the social media content platform. Since I would be going a lot out to think about the social media stuff, because I don't like stay indoor, and sometimes no ideas will come from me whenever I'm staying indoors. So for social media content, I tend to go out to get more ideas because I feel more relaxed. So that is something that I would add here. All right, based on this, now I know main ring planner and small ring planner. Okay, since this is a lot, I've already made a decision that I want to have a Happy Planner Classic size. After doing much research, I want a ring planner that is small. And I've already found it, which is the Plotter planner, because it has such a small ring, which is the 11 millimeter size. So yeah, that would be my 2025 planner for functional planning, which is the Plotter planner and also the HP Classic size. And other planners that I would have is, as I mentioned earlier, morning pages, journaling, and also travel book. So in total, I will be having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 planners for the year. So I hope today's video have given you some insight on how you could break down your current system, reflect on your past system, on your current system, and find out what sort of planner and what are the things that you want to track, you want to include into your planning system. So if you want to know how I set up the main ring planner and also the small ring planner, be sure to hit the subscribe button and also the notification bell so that you will be notified on my upcoming videos about my 2025 planner. So good luck to you, and if you have any questions, you can DM me directly on my Instagram, and also you can comment at the comment box below. Meanwhile, go ahead and take a look at my all previous planning system to get more ideas and inputs on how you want to plan for next year. So that's it, and I wish you the best of luck to find your planner for next year, and happy planning. Bye.